elites. So hopefully we will have a good run today. Interesting options. Okay, 3 elites possible, but the only 3 elite path goes through 2 early shops and doesn't give you the chance to get an upgrade. So 3 elites most likely not happening here. I would never do Curse for rare colorless. The only option where I think taking a curse is worth it here is in certain cases, transform 2 for a curse can be like, I think that's probably better than swap on average. What's up, Bad Terry? How's it going? Gold versus transform is interesting. Yeah. This option is really interesting. I agree. So the issue with the gold is that you do have to go to a shop in order for it to pay off. Which would basically mean if we were to take the 100 gold here, we would basically always be doing 1, 2, $3, and then here. And then if we felt like if removal was the only thing in this shop, then we would probably remove and go this way. And then if removal wasn't the only thing in the shop, you would maybe consider upgrading and going up here. Regardless, it's probably going to be just a 2 elite act, kind of no matter how we slice it. I do think that this node is like the cash money node right here. Basically, everything is going to hinge on this node. We'll have to make big decisions when it comes to this node. If we're going to take 2 elites, I think actually the ideal path is going like here, grabbing the shop, grabbing the spicy elite. We do have slime boss at the end, so basically free boss. We don't really have to worry about finding specific slime boss solutions. Like when you're fighting Hexaghost and Guardian, you do need to make sure that you have like certain cards that are going to enable you to win the fight. But when you're fighting slime boss, it's basically just like you can be Watcher and have like as long as your deck is like okay, you're probably easily killing slime boss. So that's kind of nice. Although like the thing with the Hexaghost and the Guardian is that the cards that solve those fights are just the good cards anyway. So it's not like you're missing out on much by it's not like you really have to sacrifice much necessarily in order to kill Hexa and Guardian, but it's like, okay, well, even if our deck completely sucks, then we're probably still going to be able to kill Slime Boss, whereas like a deck that completely sucks is probably not going to be able to kill, or has the potential at least to struggle against Hexa or Guardian. So yeah, this transform versus 100 gold is it's very interesting indeed. I would probably lean more towards transform here. I think it's a little bit more consistent, generally speaking. Yeah. I would say it's a little bit more consistent, generally speaking. Just because, again, like, 100 gold is basically equal to a removal, kind of. It's basically a removal. But the problem with the 100 gold is that, like, in order to get that extra removal, you have to go to a shop node, right? So, like, going to a shop node means that this node isn't gaining you're not gaining anything from it, right? Like, you have to pay a node in order to go there, essentially. Which is, like, not cool, right? You don't want to be doing that. Like, you want to go to at least one shop an act, probably. And depending on what your situation is, you might even want to go to more than one shop per act. But yeah, I just don't really see... I don't really see any path that makes any semblance of sense other than this path here with the, like, spicy before the chest is a little weird, but we do get the eruption upgrade. We also do get 4 fights to try to find good cards and potions, and we also do get a shop beforehand, and we're not forced into it. Again, there is technically a 3 elite path, but we have to go on 2 shops in order to obtain the 3 elite path, which could actually speak for the 100 gold, right? Because the idea would be like, okay, we take the 100 gold and we just go to these 2 shops, and it's like, okay, because we can probably just remove twice and that's fine. I mean, so these are like 45 gold, this is 30 gold, so that's 75 plus 100, so we have like 300 gold for 2 shops, and like, if, you know, that's enough to buy like 2 removals and an uncommon card, or like 2 removals and a potion. But like, not having eruption upgraded here feels very weird. Change the game to just chatting. True. Yeah, I mean, you'd like to be able to go and fight 3 elites, but it just doesn't make much sense. Let's talk about this node, I guess. This node doesn't really make any sense unless you tell me that 5 hallways into the fire is like the way to go here. Streak analysis mode. Sure, we'll call it that. We'll call it streak analysis mode. Oh yeah, we even, after this node, we even have the opportunity to potentially go here. Yeah, this side is definitely where we want to start. And if we're starting here, we're starting here. So we're always starting here. Pretty much no matter what happens, we're starting here. Better, faster play. Right, yeah. The option for 5 hallways. That's yeah. But I generally would not really say that 5 hallways is like where you want to be at. Yeah, I don't really like 5 hallways, personally. I mean, transform is definitely like higher variance, right? Significantly higher variance. But it does, so transform notably does make us, on average, of course, far better at these first few hallway fights than the gold does. Because obviously, like, if we take the gold, the earliest that the gold can do anything for us is technically here, although in all likelihood it would be probably here, right? Or here, right? So, like, you know, in these first few fights, the gold isn't doing anything for us, and that actually is, you know, potentially a pretty big deal, right? Watcher is not immune to the first few combats. If you get, you know, good patterns and good draw order, you can absolutely take 0 damage in every fight. But if you get bad patterns and bad draw order, it is, you know, pretty easy to get, like, significantly mauled, which is not cool. I also do think this seed is a potentially decent candidate for a boss swap, but like I've pretty much already decided that, like, transform is just, it's good enough, right? Like, with a transform defend start, you know, the average outcome of that is plenty good enough to, you know, think about the run as being in a good spot, generally speaking. Soon enough, Secret Portal can spawn, which makes Act 1 events significantly worse. No, no, actually that's a strict bonus because everybody knows that the Watcher starter deck can beat the Heart. Yeah. I think Transform is just fine here. I think, yeah. I do like the gold. I do like the gold. But it's just that the shops are on kind of like, if the shop was really early, right? Like let's say for instance this node didn't exist and this was like a shop here, right? Then I think it would be like very clearly the 100 gold. But because the shops are a bit later, I do think that I am a I do think that I am a transform enjoyer here. We also, with 45, yeah, so on average, all we have to do is slightly high roll, and we could actually remove twice in these two shops if we decided to do that, which I think is fairly unlikely, but it is possible. Interesting. Not exactly the transform that we were looking for. Fight could have gone worse. Flurry on floor 1 definitely gets a bit worse with the prey, but yeah, I mean, you take Flurry on floor 1, you just do it. Worming it up, baby. With Swift Potion, we should be fairly strong against, like, we should have basically coverage for this elite, whatever it is. As long as we can pick up, like, one decent attack, we should be okay here. Swift Potion is much stronger on Watcher than on the other characters. Because it ensures that you can draw Eruption alongside attacks, which is all you really care about. I wonder if Prey is actually worse than Defend. That's an interesting thing to think about. I don't think we take any of these. And question mark versus fight. I think it's question mark. I don't think going to 5 fights ever makes sense. And we can choose to go to 4 fights or we can choose to go to 3 fights. Okay, this is really nice. Probably just gonna grab the removal here. Very, very nice to get a remove event. And yeah, I mean, I think we just slam the defend remove, unless we wanted to do a defend transform, which, technically speaking, the transform does go quite up in value now that we have the prey. Because, like, mantra cards are actually legitimate transforms. Yeah, this is definitely one of the better events that we could be seeing. Yeah, I do think Prey is better than a Defend. You can do stuff with Prey. Prey can scale, you know? If the deck is small, Prey can legitimately do some pretty dumb stuff. So, you know, I definitely think Prey is better than Defend. And like the main reason that it's decent here is because we don't have to add it to our deck. Like, a lot of times when I say a card is bad, I just mean that the card is bad in the context of you have to take it and it adds one card to your deck, right? Like, when a card is just in your deck, it actually a lot of times is generally speaking quite positive. And like even this Prey can, you know, like in Lagavulin, for example, this Prey is very, very, very good against the Lagavulin. Because it essentially means that we can like block in and go Divine, and like build up insights and block and like, you know, Prey basically solves Laga by itself. Yeah, I don't think that the Eruption upgrade is like strictly necessary here. And the reason that I say that is because we have the opportunity to upgrade Eruption. Let's see, how are we doing on gold? We have actually relatively high rolled the gold here, right? We're at 137 after 2 fights, which means that we got, like, I think we got 20 from one and 18 from another, which is a significant high roll, actually, on the gold, which means that if we hit our average of 45, we will be able to remove in both shops here. However, that costs, like, yeah, it's like removal versus upgrade, but the thing is that the removal here is free. Like, okay, so think about it this way, right? If we were to, it does give us an extra elite, so that is sort of the bonus here, is that we do get the extra elite. But if we were to like upgrade here and remove here, right? Whereas we could remove here and upgrade here and keep our gold, right? So we'd have extra gold going into this shop, which I think is like pretty huge, right? Yeah, so really it's between remove defend and transform defend. The problem is if we get another card that is like weird, like Prey, but doesn't actually work with Prey, we're not feeling too good about ourselves, you know? We're feeling like pretty scared, honestly. Whereas the removal of defend is just incredibly consistent. And like with a defend removal, and the Prey and the flurry, like I'm feeling fairly confident going into like basically every elite here. As long as we can pick up like one damage card, one more damage card, and I'll feel really good about every elite. And the probability that we find one damage card in, I think we're going to take 2 fights here. So 1 damage card in 2 fights and a shop, like, you know, it's very, very likely that we'll find at least 1 decent damage card in those notes. And we'll get another defend removal most likely in the shop. So we'll be like pretty much on pace here with removes. Yeah. And with one of the good events out of the way, this event does get significantly worse. And if we were to significantly high roll this node, I could see a case being made to go double shop, double elite here. So, like, let's say we were to get a really high quality potion, like a flex potion or something like that. Double shop, double elite would start to be much more appealing. good. Was actually... Well, no, it wasn't relevant. But we got all of our damage cards this turn, which is very nice. Oh yeah, we have the flurry too, I guess. So we're just like ultra fine. Nice rare card, by the way. Love seeing an early rare and having it be that. Consecrate is a card that we can begin to think about here. Generally speaking, I don't like to take Flurry and Consecrate. Yeah. We also high-rolled the gold again, right? We were at 137, and we got... Oh no, we low-rolled the gold, actually. We only got 10 gold here. So we are technically, like, basically just exactly back on schedule, and we would need to roll... We would need to not low-roll the gold here in order to get double remove. So I think that this is kind of out of the question. Alpha replacing Cut Through Fate? Yeah, right. Right. Like, yeah, we'd much rather see... At least these aren't cringy uncommons, but like... Well, I don't know. Whatever. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing to do here. We're not... I don't think we're adding any of this. Consecrate is like... Maybe a thing. If we had a Cut Through Fate already, I could consider Consecrate here. But without a Cut Through Fate, I'm not super enthused by this. Okay, at least this isn't a super brutal hallway here. We want to have the ability to kill next turn. If we draw, like... So... Vigilance always happens. Can we do 42 next turn? Flurry does 12. The strikes do 12 each, so that's 36. Plus 9 is, yeah, it's 45. So assuming we draw all of the attacks, we can deal 45. If we miss out on, let's say, well, any of these three are 12, right? So minus 12, so it'd be 37. So... we can kill next turn if we double strike here, bringing it to 36. Then... Wait, no. That doesn't make sense. 36... Yeah, 33. Yeah, we only have 33, so it doesn't matter. We just want a single strike here, and then Miracle the Defend. Because we basically only kill next turn if we draw all the attacks. And we can't, like, it doesn't change. That doesn't change if we strike. So, yeah. 1 and 3, basically, to draw all the attacks here. Okay, and we didn't. Which, like, taking 6 in this fight is reasonable. Now there's the strike versus prey argument. I think with... Yeah, I think the insight is better than the strike here. And there's why. There's a rushdown. We take that because it says rushdown on it. We are in a slightly weird position with the deck not being, like, very nice, let's say. We're not in a super, like, amazing spot. We don't have any, like, great relics or, you know, anything like that. But, you know, we are going to get another removal. And now with the rushdown, I think we might actually want to remove Prey over Defend. To Do we? Do we want to do that? It's weird. It's weird. I mean, we definitely take Rushdown. There's no question. There's no question that we grab Rushdown. There's no question that we upgrade Eruption. And there's no question that we go to the shop. These things are all incredibly clear to me. Okay. Madness technically can make us go infinite right away. But there's absolutely no way that it's worth clicking on over removal here. Because Madness is like one of the worst possible ways to go infinite. We also could technically click on Preserved Insect here. But I'm not a huge fan of that. I do think that we always want to go to the Spicy Elite here. We basically never die to it. I think we're going to buy the attack potion. And then we basically never die to the Spicy Elite if we buy the attack potion. And then if somehow we get super messed up in this fight, we can just go like a million question marks, which is not even that bad considering that we already have the Rushdown, which means removals are even more premium than normal. Yeah. Yeah, removals are even more premium than normal. Insect is generally speaking one of the relics that you would look at and you would say, ah, yes, this is a relic that I can consider clicking, like in the shop, right? But not here, I don't think. Okay. And so, yeah, now we sort of have a dilemma, which is, do we click on Wallop or do we click on Attack Potion? I think that the probability that we see a better attack than Wallop is relatively high. And we don't really want to, like, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 real cards in the deck. We really don't want to be adding more cards with the Rushdown already. Unless they're, like, very premium attacks. Like, Carve Reality, Cut Through Fate. These are the cards that I would want to add here, you know? Not any of the garbage. We really don't want the garbage as it stands. Maybe a Fear No Evil, of course. I mean, I don't even really consider Fear No Evil to be an attack. Like, it's just, like, Fear No Evil and Inner Peace are sort of in their own little, like, bubble of like, they're just the cards that complete the infinite. Like, that's just all they are to me. I don't really see them as being anything else. The bubble of degeneracy, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Fear No Evil's not really an attack in my book. Now, there is some slight consideration for potential, like, shop here. It's very unlikely that that is the case. And I think that this run feels like it's going to kind of be in a little bit of a survival mode, especially depending on what we get from the boss relic screen here. If the boss relic screen is not that great, I can certainly see this run, you know, being in not an amazing spot in Act 2, depending on what our relics are here, of course. Like, we're gonna see 3 relics in this act, and hopefully they're good ones, and if our relics are good and we get, like, 1 decent card in the rest of this act, we'll be pretty set. But you know, if our relics are all bad and we don't find anything good in the rest of the act, like, you know, we could certainly, you know, there's like a definite possibility for there to be a struggle here, because again, like, we have these two cards that are basically, you know, difficult to draw into early on, right? So we need to work to mitigate that. And again, I think that the attack potion here is just going to ensure that we're going to be able to take these two elites, which I think is very positive. It ensures that we can kill the super elite, basically, and hopefully take very minimal damage. I just think that the attack potion makes a ton of sense here. Good morning, Maddies. How's it going? So yeah, it's a small investment, and maybe it won't end up mattering, but it could make all the difference, right? And the point is that even if we need to save it for Slime Boss, like, you know, with this current deck, Slime Boss is not actually, like, completely solved, you know? We definitely need something, some kind of, like, good attack card in order for Slime Boss to be not an issue anymore. I'm doing great. We are vibing hard here. Just, you know, playing the Watcher. Playing the Watcher as we do. As we do. I'm actually going to take just a very, very brief restroom break here. I'll be back in, like, 1 minute. Alright, we're back. We are back. Yeah, so we're gonna buy the attack potion, we're gonna go to the super elite. That's the plan. Okay, regen Laga, completely acceptable here. And very low HP Laga as well, actually. So yeah, we will be able to get into Divinity in this fight. Yeah, this is definitely one of the tamer super elites, which is pretty nice for us. I think the goal is probably going to be to take, like, one hit here would be ideal. I think we do want to play the Prey this turn, and then the Insight. Okay. it's fairly likely that we will be able to draw into the Vigilance this turn. And if we don't, we always have either the attack potion or the draw potion. Okay, so we do draw the Vigilance. The question is there some kind of lethal here? That always has to be a question. So currently we can play Flurry, Vigilance, Flurry for 12 damage. That brings you to 54. Then we can play Eruption, which is 9 damage, which brings you to 45. And then we can play Flurry, Strike, 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 so we are 1 damage off of lethal here. Yeah, I'm fairly certain that we are 1 damage off of lethal. Let's just count that again. So Flurry, Vigilance, Flurry is 12 damage. Then we would Miracle Eruption, and we would be left with 3 energy. The Flurry would come back to the hand for 8. The strikes are 36. Yeah, so 8, so 17 plus 36, 40, 53, 53 plus 12 is 65, yeah. So we're 1 damage off, unfortunately. We do have a relatively high potion chance here. We saw a potion, well, yeah, so like 30, 40, 50, 60. So yeah, we have a 60% potion chance here. So using a potion now to take 0 damage is pretty nice. And we can even use the Swift potion, technically. I would probably, especially in the Slime Boss Act, I would probably value the attack potion higher than the Swift potion here. So yeah. Is there a better way to do this, is the question? Well, not really, right? Because the only other thing that we could even begin to think about here is just playing Vigilance Defend and taking 7 this turn. And then there's, like, no guarantee of lethal next turn because we didn't draw the prey. But the Swift Potion always solves, right? I'm pretty sure the Swift Potion always solves. Because we can play Flurry now, and then we can Miracle Swift Potion redraw the Flurry. Yeah. Yeah, so Swift Pot always solves. Or does it? Hold on. Wait a minute. Yeah, it has to, right? Yeah. The Swift Potion always solves. Man, it sucks to be 1 short. Yeah, the only way that Laga rolled a really low HP number, so it's like we're 1 short, but in reality, like the only reason that we're just 1 short is because, you know, we didn't get max HP Laga, and yeah, a whole host of other things, right? So it's not really like we're 1 damage short. It's more like we got very lucky, and we just so happened to be 1 damage short. Like, this is a huge high roll. It's not like we low rolled and we're 1 damage short, if that makes sense. Like, we high rolled and we just so happened to be 1 damage short. So it's not like we really ever could have hoped for, you know, a more positive outcome, if that makes sense. So yeah, let's just solve the fight with the Swift Potion. It's not guaranteed we draw Flurry after Vigilance. Yeah, it is, because we have Rushdown. So we're going to play Flurry, Vigilance, Flurry, Eruption, Miracle, Swift Pot, or Eruption, and then Flurry, and then Miracle the Swift Pot. And then we're guaranteed to draw it, basically. Because there's only going to be 3 cards in our discard pile, which are going to be Flurry, Vigilance, and Eruption, and we're guaranteed to redraw them all. Yeah, so see, there's 3 cards in our draw pile, and we're guaranteed to draw them all. Okay, Eternal Feather is decent, and there's Carve Reality. Halt also kind of a thing, but Carve Reality basically just completely solves all of our damage forever. What's up, Kappa? How's it going? Yeah, no, we were gonna use the potion. It didn't really matter. Like, there were several points during that turn where we could have used the potion, and any one of them would have resulted in a win. What's up, Frog? Oh, you were already here. Hold on. Yeah, so Carve, and then Halt is also a thing. Halt is notably a way to block with the Infinite. If you have 2 rushdowns, Halt can block, but the problem is that we're not even Infinite yet. So we can't even really think about Halt blocking for us in the Infinite, because we don't actually have the Infinite. And yeah, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, so we're already, like, pretty decently ahead on removals here. And Carve Reality basically just means that we never have to worry about damage ever again. And we can even probably start removing strikes now that we have Carve Reality in the deck. Yeah, we've only spent one... Like, we've only spent 1 shop removal on... We didn't get a potion, which is interesting. But yeah, we've only spent 1 shop removal, basically. So, yeah, it's just Rushdown card. Yes, we do have the Rushdown card. What's up, Papa? I have you over here. You are over here. Congratulations on your win. Oh god, I just realized I have this, like, stray, weird, sticking up hair. I don't care, whatever. Who cares? Red, blue, yeah. So, yeah, I mean, we can take this, we can probably upgrade it, too, and then our damage is just, like, really, really, really good forever. Eternal Feather is quite nice as well. The sustain is not like it's not a ton of sustain. It's only like 6 HP per rest site, but that's still like pretty legit. Thanks for the raid, my dude. Do appreciate it as always. Yeah. Zero Brain Wraith form. It's just the Wraith form card, you know? You just click the Wraith form card and you win the run. It's just how it goes. Eternal Feather's existence is why Big Watcher and big decks in general are superior. Yeah. We do have the Flurry, you know? But, I mean, from my experience, you need a bit more than what we currently have in order to feel comfortable in Act 2. So, you know. I mean, only adding, like, 2 real cards total is very, very, very solid. Yeah. Just click the carve. Okay, bronze scales. We did get gold, by the way. Gold is very nice here. Which means that even if this is a shop, we're not sad at all. There is the potential, like, Giga Chad, 4 question mark route here. I definitely think that we do want to go to 2 question marks, even with a good question mark out of the way. With our current deck and the attack potion, I don't really feel that bothered about going to this elite. Especially when we have a 70, 80, 90% potion chance. It's pretty likely that we'll get even 2 potions in these 3 fights. Yeah, bronze scales is pretty good versus the birds, specifically. Which is definitely one of the reasons why you would consider taking it here. Our deck is pretty solid versus the birds, although not amazing. We do have Flurry of Blows, which is generally considered to be quite nice versus the birds. And you probably click this over skipping it. It's very marginal. It's very marginal, and it's quite likely to do close to nothing in the run. But it's also, like, by the time we get to Act 3, it's incredibly likely that whatever we would have to key would be something that's, like, not even good anyway. No, bronze scale is really not good for the heart, because the Watcher never, ever, 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 ever is gonna struggle for damage in the heart fight. Yeah. 2 chances to completely whiff. Yeah, exactly. For heart bad. I mean, it's not that it's not that it's actively bad. It just doesn't do anything. Yeah, I would probably say that you are not allowed to skip this. I would probably key this if this was, like, a less serious situation. Could be worse than the next Relic. Yeah. But, you know, if this saves us, like, any HP in the bird fight, we're pretty happy, honestly. And, like, that's kind of all I care about it for. Okay, here we can probably take the max HP. I find it highly unlikely that we would be healing for full, basically. We'd go to 67. So this is like a 17 HP difference, but I find it highly unlikely that that 17 HP is ever actually going to make a difference. It is, like, potentially HP into next act, which is something to think about. And I'm wondering about the potential of the Giga Chad option. I don't think that that's ever correct, though. We still need to see, you know, the Mental Fortress, the Fear No Evil, the Inner Peace, right? We need to see card rewards here. Like, you know, on average, we certainly get there removal-wise throughout the rest of the run, because we technically, like, we have 10 real cards right now, and, you know, we have a long time to get basically like, you know, 2 removes, but we technically need like 4 removes, but it's like the probability that we can get 4 removes in the rest of the run is incredibly high, incredibly high. So I don't really feel the need to go hunting removals here. Putting the streak in the title, yeah. Yeah. I mean, this is very unlikely to matter, but max HP does have slight potential to be relevant. And again, I just don't think that we're really ever worried about the, like, from 50, it's incredibly unlikely that we would take 50 damage in these 3 fights. Like, it might technically be possible, but it is incredibly unlikely. And yeah, I think we want to go this way. Okay, oh look, Bronze Scales is already gonna do something, by the way. We could try to attack potion here for quite a bit of HP. It really is a very significant amount of HP because we kind of low-rolled the crap out of this draw. We didn't draw Flurry or Carve. So we're basically either taking 16 here or we're using the attack potion. Which, I mean, honestly, taking 16 is not like... Well, actually, no. We know exactly what we're drawing next turn as well. So this guy will be on 11 HP. The question is, can we kill them all next turn? And with being weakened, the answer is probably no, right? And if that is in fact the case, then it's probably actually worth it. So I mean, we can just so this would always go here. This would always go here. This guy kills himself on thorns. This guy is at 11, so we have 11 here, 11 here, and 12 here. The flurry is going to do 6. This is going to do 9. So, and then the thing is going to do 18. So yeah, we actually would just take more damage next turn. We're taking like minimum 8 damage next turn as well. So we're actually taking 24. Probably cut through fate here because we can cut into like carve or flurry. Flurry is acceptable. And then we have guaranteed lethal next turn, and we take no damage. Yeah, attack potion for 24 basically has to be worth it. Okay, we definitely don't take Consecrate now that we have a Carve Reality. Bottled Miracle, not exactly the best. It's okay. Not the best, though. And yeah, we don't take these. Okay, Sentries. Kind of a sucky fight, but... Again, we have a lot of damage in the deck, so we should be, like, relatively okay. I think that the draw is probably more valuable, and then the question is, where do we go here? 36 is a good number for us, right? So we can probably go here. This probably ends up being the Bottled Miracle turn. Yeah. Okay, we drew the best combination. As long as we didn't bottom deck Eruption, we were going to be pretty okay here, but yeah, we drew the best combination. Okay, so now the question is, do we potion? Do we need rushdown? What's that situation looking like? Bad as in just an 18-win streak? Yeah, no, I mean, you know, ultimately, like, the life coach situation with Watcher is really interesting because he played those runs, like, he only played 50 runs, which is not, like, an enormous sample size. You know, especially when you compare it to the amount of, like, Watcher, or the amount of, like, Ironclad runs that he has played, right? He's played, like, significantly more runs on every other character than Watcher. He himself admitted that he, like, probably high-rolled the 50 games. So, you know, it's interesting to sort of think about, like, you know, how that potentially goes if he does it again, and other various considerations. Okay, so we never kill 2 here unless we use the potion, right? That's pretty much the case. We just can't. It's not possible to kill 2 here without the potion. Can we kill 2 here with the potion? Is, I guess, maybe a better question to ask. If we play Rushdown, maybe? So we have 36 here from Carve Smite. Yeah, with the potion, I think we can kill both of them. But we'd have to end in Wrath. Yeah. Yeah. With the potion, we can kill both, but we'd have to end in Wrath. Wait, no, hold on. Because the Flurry doesn't come back. We shuffle the draw pile, and then Flurry comes back, so it doesn't actually work. Well, no, because we can Vigilance, right? So yeah, we'd have to go Flurry, Vigilance, Flurry, and then that's 8 plus 9 is 17. 17 plus 24 is, yeah, so that does work. But I'm wondering here if it is actually better, if it's actually better to just take the 12 here and kill this guy. Because we do have a clean kill on this guy and this guy, right? We're already gaining 8 block this turn. And the idea is that the odds of us... Right, exactly. Guaranteed 12 versus likely 15 to 20. If we get lucky, we could take a lot less. The question is, what are the odds? So we'll be reshuffling with what in the hand? Well, everything, actually, right? So, the probability of us killing this guy in 2 turns is actually, like, pretty much never happens. No, the shuffle's awful. The shuffle's really bad. Because we basically shuffle with all of our damage in hand, which sucks. Taking 2 with the potion? Yeah, we could take 2 with the potion, but then we don't kill them, which is way worse. The way that these fights work is that we absolutely have to kill ASAP. And we need to trade whatever health is necessary in order to accomplish that, essentially. Oh, for drawing vigilance. Sure. No, we're always playing Rushdown here. There's no play that doesn't involve playing Rushdown. Yeah, that simply doesn't exist. I mean, I think there's really just only one play here. I think, again, the question that we have to ask ourselves is, we just do the calculation, right? Okay, so what exactly does the reshuffle look like? We have in the deck, so we're gonna end in Wrath. In the deck, we'll have Vigilance, Flurry, Eruption. So basically the only cards that we're shuffling out are this Strike, Carve, and Strike. So if we end in Wrath, we'll still have Eruption, 2 Strikes, and Flurry, which, assuming we play them all in Wrath, is 24, 18. So it's plenty enough to kill. If we play them all in Wrath, it's plenty enough to kill a Sentry here. So I think what that means is that we want to take 8. Yeah, I think taking 8 is the most consistent line here, because the idea is that if we kill this guy this turn, then next turn this guy comes in for this guy comes in for an obscene amount of damage, right? And that's just, like, not cool. Because we're always ending in Wrath, which means that, yeah. And it's also just cleaner, because we can do exactly 41, right? And exactly 41 is pretty nice. Like, we can do exactly 36 and exactly 41 here, which is... yeah, again, like, the bronze scales have delivered, well, not really. Well, this is the first time that they've delivered, but the bronze scales are already delivering in a slight way here. So, yeah, I think it's just clear. We drink the miracle, we play the turn, we kill this guy, we take 8. Or we take 12, rather. But yeah, we take 12. So... we... So we either guaranteed take 10 here, or... I mean, 5 out of 7 we kill, right? We either guarantee take 10, or we have a 5 out of 7 to take 20. I mean, that's just good math, right? For us. Easy every time. Okay, DuPont Centennial Puzzle, both quite nice. Interesting options here. If anything, it would be Wallop, just because our block is not really there. Another Prey is funny, but not actually good. Generally speaking, Divinity kind of, like, requires that you have the, like, Vault or Scrawl to kind of make it work. And we don't have them, so yeah, it's just never a thing. I think we skip here. Yeah. It's just a very long time before we actually need block, and yeah. I think Prey probably is the next removal. It basically never does anything now. No fight lasts long enough to make it actually worthwhile, and I would rather draw into a defend than Prey. And also, like, Pandora's Box hits defend. So, like, if this is a removal event, we're removing Prey every time. Yeah, the Prey was from a transform. Our Niao bonus was transforming defend into Prey. Yeah, I think we can skip. Reach Heaven, if we didn't have Carve Reality, we might consider Reach Heaven, but Carve Reality is basically just like Reach Heaven, but better. Because while Reach Heaven does technically do significantly more damage per energy, it requires 2 draws in order to do that, and it doesn't do it immediately. So that's what makes Carve better. Yeah, no potion here. We don't take these cards. We move on. Okay, it's just a fight, which is kinda sucky for us, because we're taking 12. But there's nothing to do except for take 12 here. We could play Rushdown first, I guess, and then try to draw into Vigilance. Or I guess if we draw into Carve Reality, does that make a difference here? No. If we draw into Carve and Flurry? I mean, we probably always just play the Rushdown first, right? Like, it doesn't... Yeah, Carve and Flurry gets it done. Because we can do... Yeah, Carve and Flurry. If these are exactly the top 2 cards. That's the card. Notable for being the card. Have you checked out Jorb's new challenge thing? Yeah. It's always nice to see Jorb's back at it. His runs are, generally speaking, quite fun and entertaining. I respect him a lot as a Spire player. I think his Spire play is yeah, always a good time to watch Jorbs play the Spire. We won't go into it. But yes, I enjoy him when he plays Slay the Spire. Missed the early floors of this run. Yeah. So now we kind of struggle a little bit until we can get the removals that we need. But once we do, we're in a great spot. Oh god. Wait a minute. We're living on 1 here? Max HP gamers in shambles? Yeah. I mean, yeah. Well, there's nothing to really do here. If we have to dupe pot this fight, it gets a little weird, for sure. At least we know we're exactly drawing. We know exactly that we're drawing this hand next turn, right? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I would definitely like to have 17 more health right now. I can tell you that much. I can certainly tell you that much. I mean, yeah, both this fight, I mean, it was basic. We basically got the lowest possible roll, which was sentries here. This fight, we had to use a potion. This fight was, or this question mark was a fight, and we took 12 damage in it. And this fight was, and even this fight doesn't have to, this fight was super brutal, and even this fight doesn't have to deal 25 to us on turn 1, right? This fight, this guy doesn't have to attack on turn 1. So yeah. I mean, well, we always have to play the defend. There's no question that the defend has to be played. If we can get out of here without using the dupe pot, that would be ideal, because I'm okay going into Slime Boss on 1 HP as long as we have the dupe pot. Yeah. I mean, we definitely low rolled quite significantly here. In terms of, even our draw in the sentries was bad. But, okay, we're not dead. The question is, we know exactly what we're drawing next turn, so we can pretty much plan out precisely how we want to play that next turn, right? I think it's pretty clear. We need to kill both of them next turn. Well, okay. Technically speaking, this guy could not attack next turn. The question is just, can we kill both of them next turn without using the dupe pot, guaranteed? So this guy always attacks, so we're always going to play Fear No Evil here. That brings him down to 44. We always are going to play Flurry and then Flurry again, so that's 16 damage from the Fear No Evil and the Flurry, right? Then we're going to play Eruption here. And because I'm thinking the line that I'm currently calculating is double strike here, because this guy has exactly 33 HP, which is good for us. We do double strike here, then we do eruption strike here next turn. Yeah. Yeah, I think we're always killing, right? Because it's 16 plus we get to do 24 here. So 16 plus 24 is already 40. And then we have yeah. It's easily lethal on both next turn. Easily lethal on both. And I'm not even counting the fact that Bronze Scales is doing damage. $26, $25. Oh yeah, puzzle is gaming for sure. For sure, puzzle is gaming. Yeah, I mean, I didn't always do this, because back when I started playing the Watcher, nobody knew that this was a thing that you could do. I mean, Life Coach, I think went infinite, like, 5 times in 50 games or something like that. I think it was 5 infinites in 50 games. But so that's like a 10% of the time he went infinite in his 50 games. And currently, the way that I'm playing Watcher, I'm going infinite greater than 50% of the time. Yeah, 1 HP is more than 0, notably. Yeah, the big fish is certainly coming back to bite me, though. And I guess if you're thinking, I just wasn't really thinking in terms of low rolls, but I certainly should have been. But yeah, we are just killing this turn. Wondering if there's like a more efficient way, because right now the way that I have us doing this is overkilling by 3 here. It doesn't really matter, right? I mean, it's just like easy lethal no matter what we're doing, right? Because we play, like, Flurry here, Fear here, Flurry here, Eruption here, Strike here, Flurry here, Carve here. Yeah. I mean, it's super lethal, as long as we have the energy, which we do. Okay, garbage potion, unfortunately. Yeah. Garbage cards. The feather's gonna heal us for a whole 6 HP. And the question which we must ask ourselves is, can we upgrade? If we rest, we would be resting for... I think with the duplication potion, we should be able to always... always live. Well, okay, what are we upgrading? I basically see 2 upgrades here, either the Carve Reality or the Rushdown. Not Flurry? No, no, no. No, never Flurry. Flurry is a terrible upgrade. Generally speaking. Yeah. Flurry is not a good upgrade. Rushdown is huge in Act 2 if we end up on 3 energy, although if we end up on 3 energy in Act 2, we're probably pretty happy, because it means that we got a relic that is most likely going to get very, very close to just straight up winning us the run. Yeah, the Rushdown also could have pretty big implications in the boss fight. You're not wrong. There definitely is potential for things to go poorly here. But, yeah, I think we can upgrade the Rushdown. With the Duplication Potion, we should be able to upgrade the Rushdown. Oh, yeah, absolutely. We can upgrade the Rushdown. Okay. Yeah, with Eruption on turn 1, this should be relatively in the bag. The question here is, do we need to duplicate the Carve Reality? So, we can play literally every damage card in our deck, basically. But the reshuffle is... We would dupe Carve. We would never dupe Smite. Duping Carve is just better, because we're always going to have the energy to play the Smites. So duping Carve is just strictly better than duping Smite. Because the reason that we're duping is because we're afraid that we won't be able to put our energy into attacks, right? And if we're no longer afraid that we won't be able to put our energy into attacks, we're fine. So, how much damage is this? 9 plus 16 plus 12. 35 plus the 24. Then, over the next 2 turns, we have 48, 50. So we can do 35 plus 50. Plus... Yeah, 35 plus 50 plus 24. Which is how much? 85. So it's actually like not even that good of a split. Yeah, so I do think that dupe Carve is probably in order here. Wait, 37? 16, 23, 30... Oh, no, it's 25. Yeah. Okay, fine. 37, so yeah, 37 plus 54 right? Which is 80, no, 91 plus 24, which is 115. So that would be a 45 split. And honestly, I don't think that a 45 split is good enough here. Because again, there's no margin for error here. There's zero margin for error. The dupe pot feels like it might be a little bit overkill, but I'm not really, like, super disappointed about that at this point. Because again, like, the second shuffle through the draw pile is really scary with the 5 slimes. Really, really scary. You know, it could end up that we would be fine, but we could also, like, I just do not, like, again, there's no margin for error here whatsoever. So I think that the smart play here is just to dupe the carve. Because it basically means that there's no chance that we ever lose the fight. And, again, with the Exodia already assembled here, there's really no reason to take any chances. Scrawl. Scrawl's pretty huge here. Pyramid. The classic Marl run is happening now. Pyramid is in fact a common relic. Talk Fortress, the Abacus waiting room? Indeed. Indeed, that is where we are currently positioned. We can technically avoid all elites in this act. However, if we want to go to 2 shops, which we almost certainly do, we do not want to do that. So, yeah, we currently have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 real cards. So, we need to get 1 removal in order to be able to go infinite here. Any Enlightenment Plus enjoyers? Any Double Rushdown Halt enjoyers? Exactly. Exactly. So, yeah. Any way that goes through 2 shops also goes through... Actually, no, wait. We can do 2 shops and only 1 elite, technically, on this right-hand side here. Or on the left-hand side, rather. Yeah, so there are so many. Mental Fortress, the Abacus, Talk to the Hand, Enlightenment, Madness, Violet Lotus, Double Rushdown Halt. Like, there's just so many block solutions, which is why this is so consistent, right? It's... Sundial, yeah. Yeah. There's just so many block solutions. And I do think that the next removal is probably Prey, just because Prey does, like, nothing at all. It's essentially complete garbage. Yeah, it's gotta be Prey. And I think it's reasonable to do that here. We're pretty much, I mean, we never die to 2 easy pools. We could take a lot of damage depending on what they are, but we never die. And then we got our removal, and we either take the ultra-conservative path, or we go and try to kill some elites. And we get 2 removals this act. We have, yeah, this is just the path. And I guess it's just here versus, okay. Perfect, this is an enemy that doesn't attack us on turn 1. What a complete and total moron. Imagine not attacking me on turn 1, you know what I'm saying? Imagine not attacking me on turn 1 or 2. What an idiot. So here's halt. We don't take halt yet. There may come a time when we would consider taking halt, but it is not yet. Technically speaking, it may be the case that it is, with the pyramid specifically, it may be the case that this halt is actually technically correct to take here. Like, honestly, even if we don't go completely, yeah, I mean, with the pyramid, there is potential. But what would Marl do? Marl is definitely skipping halt here. Marl is for sure skipping halt. And yeah, I think skipping halt, because the whole point is that halt only actually does something if we find, yeah, no, we don't take it. We don't take it. Ooh. Oh, baby. Yes. The old beggar is here. Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Thank you for gracing us with your presence. You're definitely, I definitely have no idea who this is. Let's pay them. It's the cleric. I never could have guessed this. Oh my god. Thank you so much, cleric, sir. Yeah, we definitely get rid of Prey here. Goodbye, Prey. I hope you do better this time, friend. Wondering what was implied by this, you push forward. Yeah, I hope I do better this time too, you condescending jerk. Uh-oh, this guy is gaming. He's attacking us on turn 1. There's no, like, magical lethal here. The question that we have to ask ourselves is, do we dexterity pot for 2 HP? Probably not. Probably not. Oh, Swift Potion is awesome! These are garbage. This is completely unnecessary. Technically speaking, Nilari's Codex can do something at some point, but it's just, like, not worth it, really. Okay, there's Madness. So we can begin to think about Madness here. If Madness hits Eruption or Vigilance, we have the block positive infinite. The issue is that actually having Madness hit Eruption or Vigilance is a little bit more difficult than it would initially appear. Or Fear No Evil? I think so. I think it works with Fear No Evil, because technically speaking, every 4 card plays, it doesn't really work for Time Eater. But it does work for the heart. It doesn't work for the heart first cycle though, unless we have dexterity. Remove is certainly happening here. That's something that we don't really need to discuss. Removal always happens, and we always remove... Well, technically speaking, the Carve Reality remove is better if we need the Madness in order to go infinite here. However... No, basically. However, like, we don't actually need to remove this until much later, is the idea. So, the next shop removal is 125 gold. And what that means is... We also, yeah, we can technically go infinite as long as Book of Stabbing doesn't hit us twice on turn 1. Yeah. So it's really just Slavers that we're worried about here. And Slavers definitely can be pretty cringe. And we can take a lot of damage to Slavers. Yeah, I think it's a bit early for Madness. We have a lot of time to find other things here. But yeah, we have Draw Potion now, so we're okay. We're okay. We probably are going to want to rest here, though. Because... like, the hard pool hallways could do quite a bit of damage to us. Depending on what they are. Like, Avocado Rat, very scary. Snake Plant, very, like, anything that does a lot of damage to us on turn 1 is very scary. And there are... I mean, it's a pretty even distribution in the hard pool hallways of Act 2, in terms of ones that hit you for a lot on turn 1 and ones that don't. Like, Centurion Mystic either hit you for a lot on turn 1, or they don't, right? Like, Snake Plant has potential to not hit you hard for on turn 1, but it's most likely going to hit you for 24 on turn 1. I mean... There's also the fact that, like, any fight where we top deck Scrawl, we basically, like, instantly win anyway. Yeah, Madness just slows us down a lot right now, and we have plenty of time to find another solution. So, yeah, I would say no. I think we might actually, because I'm thinking we probably never want to go 3 elites here. I'm thinking we probably want to go 2 elites maximum. And I'm thinking we can go here, upgrade. Here, if we get super, like, slammed, we can go... we can go this way. And if we don't get super slammed, we can go right. We can go to this elite. And then, if this elite is hyper cringe, we can even just go this way and rest, would be the idea. Even though, like, ideally we want to do this, right? Just go for elites. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely, thanks for that follow, friend. There's definitely, like, potential for, I mean, it just depends on whether or not we top deck Scrawl, right? Like, we have a 5 out of 12 chance every fight to top deck Scrawl, and in any fight where we top deck Scrawl, we essentially instantly win. And if we don't top deck Scrawl, then we're kind of in some major trouble here. Like, it's, well, okay, it's, the fight has to attack us on turn 1, and we have to not top deck Scrawl. Yeah, we're already infinite. We have Rushdown, Fear No Evil, Eruption. You think you're more likely to take damage turn 1 of a hard pool or an elite fight? That's actually a really good question. I mean, what's every Act 2 hard pool? There's Snecko, which doesn't... Okay, we'll just do it this way. We'll count up all the ones that don't deal damage to you on turn 1, and all the ones that do deal damage to you on turn 1. So Snecko, no damage on turn 1. Chosen Flock, no damage on turn 1. Chosen Cultist, no damage on turn 1. The Triple Cultist, no damage on turn 1. I won't count Centurion Mystic on either because they have a variable pattern. What else doesn't do damage on turn 1? Oh yeah, Baseball and Sentry. So that's 5 that don't deal damage on turn 1. And then there's Snake Plant, Avocado Rat, and is that it? That can't be it. Well, I mean, Centurion Mystic, like, you know, technically, but we're not counting them. So, like, the vast majority of Act 2 hard pools don't deal damage to you on turn 1? That's very interesting. The wounds are a problem, yes. That's mainly why elites are scary here. Yeah, I want to save for next shop because at the next shop, I want to be able to remove and buy a Mental Fortress. If that's possible. I mean, we're never going for elites, right? Because we always want to go to this shop, basically. I mean, 3 elites could be slavers twice. What if this question mark is really cringe? Well, then we just rest, right? Like, we can always rest. There's only really, like, 2 upgrades that we probably are going to want going into the future here. Vigilance, Scrawl are kind of the only ones. Yeah. Gremlin Leader and Book of Stabbing, yeah, generally speaking, not that bad for us. I think we're okay. I think we can go right here. We want to try to take the 3 elites because, again, like, the 3 elites have the biggest chance to give us the talk to the hand that we desire, and we can even skip out on one of them, technically. Thanks for that follow, friend. This I actually don't think is good here, because, the idea is that these things actually slow us down pretty significantly. In the fights that are the scariest for us, they slow us down, like, quite a bit. Because the whole idea is that the only thing that we really care about is going infinite, which we can do, right? And like, we need to play all of these in order to go infinite. Yeah, and there's a chance of dying on bad turn 1s. Yeah, I refuse, for sure. It does technically get us to an Eternal Feather threshold, though, but it wouldn't be relevant because we wouldn't actually be able to heal. Okay, so we're either resting for 21 here, or we're upgrading, like, Scrawl. Upgrading Vigilance, I guess, would probably be it. I mean, honestly, I think resting is probably just better, because, like, our upgrades are pretty much completely irrelevant anyway. So, I mean, resting and then, like, most likely being able to take 3 elites is kind of where I want to be at here. Okay, Book of Stabbing is pretty good, except this turn 1 is pretty cringe, because we get 2 wounds added to the deck. And I think we have, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, so we have 9 real cards. But it shouldn't be, it should be fine, right? Because, like, we can still do a ton of damage here, right? Like, even with, like, I really want to save the, yeah, we can just use, like, the Dexterity Potion in this fight. I really want to save the Swift Pot. We can just, like, take some damage. It's not actually that bad here. Yeah, we can just, like, use the Dexterity Potion and we're pretty much completely fine. Okay, we're taking another wound here. That's definitely not good. If we're taking the wound, then we might as well just play the defend. Yeah, the draw is quite cringe at the moment. We need to kill next turn. Yeah, we need to kill next turn. So we might need to take damage in order to do that. Bronze scales, by the way. If we play, like, Fear No Evil, Vigilance, Defend, that's 16, 19, then as long as we redraw Eruption, which we'd have 3 draws and 4 cards, so, I mean, with the Swift Pot, we might have to Swift Pot, which really sucks, but as long as we redraw Eruption, we have minimum, let's see, so 19 would bring him to 66, and then we would have Eruption for 1. Yeah, I mean, the math just sucks here, unfortunately. Okay, but hold on. So this is 36 for 2 energy. Eruption is another 1 energy. The Flurry is... the flurry is like 12 damage for 0. So it's like 48 plus 9. Yeah, so we pretty much always have it. Yeah, and we might need to Swift Pot, but that's... If we need to Swift Pot, then... No. We can't beat the heart, because we don't have a block solution, right? So when we fight the heart, we need to be able to block. And this deck currently can't go infinite. Like, this deck currently can't block, basically at all, as evidenced by what is currently happening here. Okay, I did some mismath here. Oh, God. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, thank you, Bronze Scales. Jesus, dude. This is a lot closer than it needed to be. Holy cow. Oh. Well. That's pretty good. That means that we can go to, like, every elite ever. Yeah, I definitely miscalculated that fight. I mean, it was just that, like, yeah, I don't know. I mean, we win now, pretty much, though. Like, as long as we find the blocks, like, we can probably take these elites now, because we have the scrawl. Warpaint, I definitely take, because like, 2 of the hits are good. Unfortunately, it didn't hit the best one. We lost the 1 and 3 there, but it's okay. With the scroll on turn 1, I feel pretty confident about taking this path. We just need to make sure to kill this guy. Oh, I think we're just infinite on turn 1. So this is pretty much every fight until, like, Time Meter. So we could think about... No, actually, no. Battle Hymn is not the power that we want to take here. Twitch and the FBI. Enjoy your life in prison. Interesting. Yeah, no. We don't take these. Bottled Scrawl is a beautiful thing, let me tell you. Bottled Scrawl with Pyramid is even more beautiful. And the great thing about this particular Infinite is that it doesn't require that I play any attacks, which is, like, pretty sick against Chosen. Not that it matters at all. Okay, so here's the Halt. And the Halt stock is definitely climbing now. With the Bottled Scrawl specifically, and the fact that we are guaranteed to get a removal here. So removal is now 125. So we have 125, 150, 175, which is pretty much guaranteed that we're going to have that money. Yeah, pretty much guaranteed that we're going to have that money. Yes, Halt ruins the turn 1 infinite for 1 floor. It's true. This run is actually done. It's not actually done. It's mostly done, but it's not completely done. We are going to want to take a power at some point for falling. Like, if we see, like, even a Master Reality, I would click here. And we need some kind of Nemesis solution, although Pyramid is basically a Nemesis solution. Yeah, but the thing is that so we never take 2 wounds on turn 1 of the book, is the idea. But if we actually know, if we do take this halt and we do take the 1 wound, then it would be bad. But we also have the halt, so it's like we're probably never taking the 1 wound anyway. Yeah. So the idea now is that if we take this halt, we have Dolly's Mirror is a block solution. Although, if we see Dolly's Mirror in this next shop, we can't actually... Yeah, let's just move on. Well, like, it's very likely that we'll see another halt anyway. Or just one of the many other superior block solutions. Gremlin Leader is gaming, by the way. This is very cute, but unfortunately it doesn't really do that much for us. I wouldn't mind Nirvana for falling, but we certainly don't purchase it here. Oh yeah, technically we can give up any skill, which I guess has a 50-50 to be Vigilance or Defend. If we give up the Vigilance, though, it's very cringe, but it just is what it is there. So we could, in theory, if we want to take a Pandora's box here, it's better to remove Carve Reality or Flurry. I guess we can remove Flurry over Strike. Yeah, Flurry over Strike is definitely the case because of Pandora's box. Carve Reality you can keep for, like, Time Eater stuff. Helps you to deal damage in that fight. But Flurry does nothing, ever, basically. So... yeah, remove Vigi is no big deal, potentially. Although, you know, if we get the Lotus, then... Yeah, but we'll remove Flurry here. So yeah, we basically just need to gain 175 gold for the rest of the run, which is, like, virtually guaranteed to happen. Flurry can be good if Madness is the solution. It's true. It's true. But... Yeah, I mean, we'll cross that road when we get there, I suppose. The only really important thing is that we remove Carve, if Madness is the solution. Yeah, none of this. Uh-oh. Oh, hecko, it's Mr. Snecko. 24. This has got to be lethal, right? Yeah. Swift Potion never really matters. Skill Potion could actually be, like, halt in a desperation situation. With the Bottled Scrawl, the Swift Potion is completely irrelevant. Spiker solution? Yeah, no. We are actually, like, somewhat tight on removals here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, wait, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Why am I thinking that we need more removes? What's wrong with me? 8. 8 is the number. 8 is the number that we want to be at. So, with 8, yeah, maybe we should have taken that halt. Oh, I'll definitely take a halt if we see one. But none of these are halt, so... Like, none of this really matters. Scrawl's just kind of convenience. We could take the key here. Key could be legit. Yeah, F and E for Time Meter. Scrawl's, like, nice-ish. It's okay, maybe. Not really. It's, like, whatever. If only we could get halt from a boss fight. Yeah, I mean, we can get good stuff from the boss fight, right? The Spiker solution is just, like, we have Vigilance, and we can incorporate Vigilance, if we have some energy, and then we can hit them. It's, yeah. Vault, we pick. Scroll, yeah, Scroll we don't need. I mean, I would pick Devotion for... Well, Devotion doesn't actually solve... Yeah, I mean, yeah. If we find Falling, we just have, like, a 50-50 that it takes the defend, basically. Doesn't really matter. You can just do this now. If only there was an enemy that could deal damage to you without attacking you. Then we'd be in real trouble. But thankfully that enemy doesn't exist in Slay the Spire. At least this goes relatively quickly, right? Yeah, Spiker is that enemy, but Spiker's not, like, hard enough. Oh, look, it's Vault. Yeah, I mean, we can take Vault. There's not really any reason not to take Vault. Yeah, there's no real reason not to take Vault. Oh no, today is Sunday, is it not? Yeah, today's Sunday. I only stream on Sunday. Okay, wow. Alright, so we have P-Box, or we have Tiny House. It's probably just P-Box here, because... Right, is 50 gold better than P-Box? Yeah, exactly. So, like, you know, any rush down, any halt, any mental fortress, any talk to the hand. And, like, these cards are all completely irrelevant anyway, so it's like, even if we completely brick on all of these, it just doesn't matter. P-boxing into powers is good for falling. Yep. Yep. I mean, obviously we take things that actually do stuff over P-box for 0, but yes, P-box for 0's funny memes. Yeah. Okay, well, there's a power, so that's kind of nice, I guess. No skill, though, which means that if falling happens, it's guaranteed to hit vigilance. Oh, yeah, tantrum, yeah, that's true. So we can technically go to 3 shops here. We do want to avoid the Nemesis. Yeah, we do want to avoid the Nemesis. Because if we get burned on turn 1, we're very sad. We also want to farm events like crazy, right? Because we really want Madnesses now. Madnesses are like our ticket to the big time. So how many question marks can we go to? We can go to 1, 2, 3, 4 question marks, 5, 6 if we go not to the shops, but we probably want to go to the shops, right? Time Meter is the first boss, which means we do need to find the block solution between now and then. I do think that, yeah, this elite, we will discuss, I mean, I think it's easily the question marks early. At least up until here, and then we have a thing to think about, but it's just this early, and then we decide. Uh-oh, the dreaded Spiker. Okay, prostrate. At what point do we consider prostrate? Not yet, right? No, not yet. Chaos is not better than this stuff. Actually, no, it's not. Okay, upgrade all makes no sense. We just fight the boss. Uh-oh. This guy's gonna crit me on turn 2. Tantrum is slow. Yeah, slower animation. So Colorless Potion can technically be Enlightenment, which gives us the infinite. So it's probably better than Skill Pot, because we have, like, Desperation, Colorless Potion, Enlightenment. Enlightenment is not without plus. It doesn't matter. What card is in your deck? Master Reality? Oh. Yeah. Yeah. The Enlightenment will be plus. Okay, so we said we'd get here, and then we would make a decision? Yeah. Well, I guess we can say goodbye to Carve Reality. Okay, so we have seen 2 events. Shops. So, shops are good because they give us a chance to see Mental Fortress or Rushdown. We're definitely taking a halt at this point, and I deeply regret not taking halts earlier, honestly. The question marks can also be shops. Yeah, there's also the Abacus, of course. Yeah. So we could go to 3 shops here, but 3 shops would mean no question marks, and question marks for Madness, like, that does work, right? So yeah, especially now that our deck is much smaller, right? And significant, like, I think that going for the Madness here is probably worth it. We'll have to think about this Elite versus... Yeah, we'll have to think about the Elite. No, I think that that wasn't the halt that I should have taken. The halt that I should have taken was the halt that was before the Collector. We had an opportunity to take halt before the Collector, and I think that it was absolutely correct to take that halt. Yeah, the second halt was good, not the first one. The second one. Garbage. Which means that this is probably a fight. I think we should go to the Elite. I think we can kill Nemesis, and... Yeah, I mean, we're not done here. We need things still. Can we kill Nemesis, actually, though? Not really, right? Like, we're actually very, very bad at killing Nemesis. But I think we need to risk it for the biscuit. Okay, it's not Nemesis, so that's cool. Finally, we're getting attacked on turn 1, which is Pog. Okay, we have Incense Burner technically now for Spiker. Should we encounter any in the future? We are rapidly running out of time here. These don't say halt on them. This guy actually can do stuff to us, because we're not technically infinite here. I think we just have to take the damage here. We could just take the Parasite, honestly. It's not even that bad. We could have just taken the Parasite, but taking the damage is also fine. Like, it doesn't really matter, because... yeah, it's just fine. Right. So now we actually have to think about Time Eater, though. Because this only blocks for, like, the first phase of Time Eater. But we do technically have Vault. So Vault can help us, right? Yeah, we upgrade the Fear No Evil here. And I think we're just okay. And now there's no reason to go to this elite now because we have Talk to the Hand, so we're fine. Ooh, another Talk to the Hand. There's also Halt there. There's also Kunai, which is a hilarious way to scale versus Time Eater. So right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 real cards. So we can afford to add cards here, especially with the Pyramid. So Talk to the Hand and upgrade it. See, the problem with Talk to the Hand is that it only blocks for 3 per hit here. So it's actually not really that good versus the Time Eater. Oh, that's right. We have Tantrum. No, so it blocks for more. Yeah. It blocks for... Yeah. Yeah, Tantrum blocks for 9. So we block for 12. We block for 72. Yeah, 72 is completely fine. So we could just take Talk to the Hand and upgrade it, and that's our Time Eater solution, because we have, like, first cycle solved and second cycle solved. Yeah. Yeah, we don't need Halt or Kunai. We'll just take the other Talk to the Hand here. We're probably already destroying Time Eater, it's true. But we'll just do this for, like, ultra safety. And get rid of... Flurry, I guess? Spoon because it's funny? No, Spoon kills us. Care about Burner here? Probably not. Let's just kill the thing. I don't know. Here, it's definitely better to play the eruption, because the animation, watch what happens on the animation. It, like, goes 3 times and it takes way longer. Kill all? Yeah, I mean, we could do, but, like, we have Pen Nib, so... You know. It's not like it even comes close to mattering. Garbage. Yeah, no, it doesn't matter. Do you have any guide on how to become infinite every run? No. But there is the tier list, which will kind of help you in terms of understanding my thought process. Nice. Alright, someone remind me not to pick up any gold for the rest of the run. A guide for some of the most common infinites? Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for that follow, friend. Do appreciate it. Yeah, it would be cool to just had to kill a nemesis on intangible with my infinite. Yeah, I've had to do that before. Get rushed down, remove all basic cards. Yeah, I mean, there are other infinites, right? And part of... Oh my god, no spiker. Thank you. Part of doing this strategy, like, part of being able to be consistent with this strategy is, how do I say this? Being consistent with this strategy requires you to be able to execute not just this infinite, but also, like, a myriad of other Watcher infinites and pseudo-infinites and small deck styles. And you need to be able to not only understand what all of those are, but understand, like, which cards actually make them good and are worth putting into them, and which cards aren't. Because it's like, you know, in greater than 50% of the runs, you're just going to be doing this, right? But the whole point is that in order to actually find the top line consistency with this strategy, you need to be able to do it in different ways, right? And, like, there are runs that I have won that I am fairly confident that nobody else would have been able to win, because, like, they, like, you just, like, playing the way that I play, at least, and, like, going on the path that I went on, because, like, you know, I've literally played a run where I saw none of the stance cards at all. Zero, right? Like, actually none of them. And in order to win that run, I had to do some, like, really, really funky stuff that, you know, I don't think anybody else would have come up with. So it's, you know, it's understanding, like, what cards are actually cards and how to deal with that, basically. 1/3 chance to +1 block. Okay, what are we doing? We are going here, we are upgrading. We could do an energy upgrade here. We could do the talk to the hand upgrade. Sure, whatever. None of it really matters. Oh god, Time Eater is so bad at doing their job. Yes. There have been quite a few new followers today, and I I put the streak in the title, so I anticipate there are some new people here. If you're new to the stream, thank you for that follow, by the way. We do have a tradition here, which is called ethical gaming. Essentially what happens is, when you kill the Awakened one, before these guys, they run away, and we call that gaming ethically. It's important to game ethically because honestly, like, they didn't really do anything wrong, you know? They're just brainwashed, right? The world record streak is 24. So, we're getting close and whatnot. They ran away. Yeah, Max is the world record. The cultists lived to summon another hellish abomination, indeed. I guess we take, like, block over colorless. Perfect. We have Incense Burner on 4, which basically means that any and all potential concerns that we may or may not have had about the ability for this deck to survive on turn 2 have been completely alleviated. We just won't vault. The epic drawing of the 5 statuses. The epic vaulting past the status turn. The epic going infinite anyway. Yeah, it's very good that we have the scales. If we didn't have the scales, then we would surely be in for a swift defeat. GG and stuff.